Rightio, welcome. Episode 8. Jai Brook,
Here we are.
Nightwork Nutrition.
Yes.
How's it going?
Really good, man. This is we're up to a year and a half now of being alive.
Yep.
Prior to that, it was an 18-month startup, so 18 months of research and getting the ball rolling, and then we launched it in May last year.
18 months in the works.
Yeah, there was a lot of research involved in it.
Yep.
So just to start off, we're the first ever meal replacement shake for shift workers. So it's a whole new market for us, for everyone in the industry especially. So there was a lot of research that went into it to make it happen, to come together. So a lot of food
100%.
scientists and third-party testing and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a long time, but worth every part of it.
That's huge. That's a long time to put effort and time into something.
Yep.
To then finally launch. That's a lot of patience.
Yes.
Which we'll get into a little bit further moving on. But mate, I've known you for about 15 years now. I think I was 13, maybe 14 when we met.
Yep.
It's been a long time between drinks. We haven't seen each other for probably.
A long time.
Probably 8 years,
still,
I'd
still
say.
friends on Facebook.
Correct.
I still see all the stuff.
See
you're getting
everything.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's good, really good to see how far you've came, man.
Yeah, you too, mate. You too, and that's part of the podcast is just re-engaging with business people and people that are like-minded that have done successful things. And someone asked the other day, like, what's the podcast about? And to be quite honest, it's mainly for my benefit. Like, I get to sit here and talk to you and pick your brain about what you've done in business and how you've got to your things. And my partner Paige was speaking to a business owner the other day, and she come home and she said, she was telling me a few things about, things that are happening in business, and she was a bit down. And I just said to her, it happens with us too. It happens with everyone. So it's good to, get ideas off other people and brainstorm, and just to know that other people are going through them tough times as well in business. Because, on socials, for example, our business looks like it's just,
100%.
Bang, 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 hitting goals, same as yours.
Yep, 100%.
But no one sees them little hiccups that we've got to deal with behind the scenes.
Yep. It's so right.
So it's really cool for me to get to sit here and interview people like yourself and get a bit of insight into what's going on there. But mate, tell us a little bit about firstly how you got into business. So obviously, me seeing you on socials and being friends with you for 15 years now, I've seen a lot of things that you've done previously. Yep. You've always, in my opinion, wanted to do something in the business aspect. So tell us a little bit about the early days, and I guess when you knew that no matter if it was Nightwork Nutrition or Aftermath or whatever it may have been, you wanted to do something in that particular industry.
Yeah, right. So I'm going to go back to about probably 10 years ago, and I've always had like a labouring job. I've done a trade and done stuff like that.
What was your trade?
So I was an industrial spray painter and sandblaster by trade. So
Yeah,
that
cool.
that was the trade I done when I left school.
Yep.
And I think I've always had that entrepreneurial outlook on jobs. I've always looked at ways to make it better, I guess, and make more money in the business, I think. And it was always in there.
Yep.
Never knew how to unlock it, never knew how to get the key for it, but there was something in there. And I knew, my parents knew there was something in there, but I just didn't know how to do it. So there was first business we ever ran was called Aftermath Active, and it was a clothing brand. And that was on the back end of my best mate, Brock. He lost his father and his sister to suicide in a very short space.
Yes.
So a way he dealt with that was through staying busy and just trying to take the right path. And we were trying to get him through those darker times.
Yes.
And we were always together, and we thought, why don't we do something to sort of get the awareness out there a bit more for when people are going through those darker times. And we created a bit of a community, and we started selling clothes. And it was called Aftermath Active, and the name came from what the aftermath is going to be. It's
for sure.
What's it going to look like? And that was really good. It was really fun. So back then there was no paid ads. We weren't big on the socials or nothing like that. It was just a community business sort of thing. So there was myself, Brock Mendick, and Jai Dorset, and we had no idea. we just
Not many people do when they start.
We didn't know what to do. We didn't know where to start. We Googled it.
Yep.
And the first thing we seen was like, you have to register your business and get an ABN. We were like, it's an ABN. So we rang up our local accountant, and we paid a visit to him, and we just said, we're just going to be sponges here. Can you tell us everything that we need to know about business? And he was really good. So he sort of guided us what we had to do to register it and to get it legitimately running. And we went from there and we started ordering clothes and selling clothes. And it was really good. It was a lot of fun. It gave us that excuse to get together and really talk business and talk long term, rather than at that age going out partying or hanging out and like doing stuff like that. We shifted our mindset and we really focused on learning and growing, and it became fun.
How old were you when you started that?
I would have been, off the top of my head, I reckon I would have been around the 23, 24 mark.
Yep.
So I was super young. And when we first started doing it, we were just sort of catching up for a weekly coffee, talk what we're going to do for the week, content-wise, and then it took off. It was good fun. We got exposure, and we learnt a lot. I learned a lot. I seen in myself, there's potential.
Definitely.
There's potential. It was never a business to sort of set us up financially or like a long-term career. This was just something that we all done, we're passionate about. And
100%. And I think that's something I'll touch on in a second. What made you get into, I'm going to skip ahead and then come back. What made you get into Nightwork Nutrition? What was the reasoning behind this business?
So I'm one of three.
Yep.
And I've got Jim Ma and Lachlan Crombie. So we're all co-founders of the business. And to start off, it was Jim and Lockie.
Yes.
So they originally came up with the idea of putting something together. But where it came from, we all work mining.
Yes.
So we're shift workers. I've been in the mines for 10 years now. Mm-hmm. And I was a part of it and I seen it, but I could see the harm that night shift actually does firsthand.
100%.
And I feel it. I see it. So what sparked it for me personally was I'd see the new guys come along.
Yes.
Reheating up KFC at midnight for crib. Fizzy drinks, the energy drinks. We've all done it. We've all thought fizzy, like the energy drinks is what we have to turn.
Correct.
That's how we're going to get through it. We're sleeping 5-6 hours of sleep. We're going to need energy somehow.
Yeah.
We were doing it. The thing is with shift work is it does wipe years off your life. It is tough.
100%.
Like, we're sleeping during the day. We're working all night. And it's going to have some big effects. And there was nothing really in the industry for us except energy drinks, takeout food because it was easy.
Yes.
Because we're losing time. And I remember seeing like the new guys come in eating really bad food, and then you'd watch, well, not only how they looked, but how their moods were. So they were becoming quite agitated. You'd become quite frustrated, angry.
Yep.
It was just a recipe for disaster. So Jim and Lachlan actually spent a lot of time researching what is there out there for us. Mm-hmm. And the guys came up with, originally, we wanted to make like a capsule. Like
Yep.
Just a capsule. Like
yep. Little blue pill.
That's
little blue pill. Yep.
That's gonna solve every
for
problem.
Sure. Yep.
And we were looking, the boys were looking at like the capsules and stuff like that, and we found a manufacturer, and the manufacturer actually said, why don't you try this?
Really?
Yeah, so we were like, this is something that we really need. Like, we need to get meals in on the go,
mm-hmm.
because to be honest, like me personally, 2 o'clock in the morning, your appetite's weird.
You don't want to eat.
You don't want to eat, or you want to eat crap.
Correct.
Like salty food, stuff like that. So we want to make like a meal that you could just get down like that,
mm-hmm.
super easy, and you can have it at any time, any place it was. So we put the recipe together, and it was all like your anti-aging stuff
yep.
for your brain function, mood, energy. Also put like, it's equivalent to having a cup of coffee.
Yes.
So you think that's where you get it from, like you think you're having a cup of coffee, but it's also, we've got all the essential minerals and vitamins in this shake. That's what gives you the energy. Once you start fueling your body with these minerals and vitamins, you start feeling it. And so when we got the list put together, the nutritional list put together,
it's huge.
It's huge. It's a lot, man. There's a lot in there, and it's exactly what we say it is. So we taste tested it, and when we first had it, we were just like driving home, and we're like, no, we're being biased.
We're on a bit of a high.
Yeah, we're on a high. We're just cruising, and we're just trying to act as normal as possible. And we're going, I think we have just created the best meal replacement shake there is.
Yep.
Like the taste, the mood, how we felt was incredible. But I'll go back to when it started. So my father, he had cancer a long time ago.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And he had throat cancer. So he had a lot of chemo to sort of get him through it. But what the chemo's done now is the side effect, fast forward like 10 years, it's actually like gave him a lot of scar tissue, took away like a lot of his throat, and started eating from his ear down. So he had an appointment with his cancer doctor, and they said, you can't eat solid food anymore. And which was kind of a bummer because he's like, you're living off purees at 60 years old. And,
Correct.
And he was quite upset about that. And even like getting tablets down for your vitamins and stuff like that became very hard. So Dad told me, can't have solids anymore. And it was mind-blowing because that was the week that Jim and Lachlan approached me and said, we want you to be a part of this.
Yep.
And I just thought, the universe is doing some...
And why do you think, were you friends previously with Jim and Lockie?
Yep.
Why do you think they approached you?
I think because they could see it in me as well.
Yep.
I think they could see my potential as well.
Yes.
And we're all close mates on the same crew. We've worked together forever. Me and Lockie, like especially, we started together.
Yes.
So we met at work in the mines. We became absolute best mates, and he could see what I had in me.
For sure.
And I don't think I could see it fully as much as Jim and Locke could see it. So they approached me, and I was like, honestly, I was mind blown because I'm so passionate about nutrition, so passionate about mining and working. It's my life.
You've always been passionate about fitness too.
Yes.
Ever since I met you when I was 13, 14.
Yep.
Fitness has always been, a top priority for yourself
100%,
too.
Yep.
How important do you think, and I've done a course, about 2 weeks ago I signed up for the Tony Robbins course.
Yeah,
Tony
yeah.
Robbins. So I spent, it was 5 days and it went from Australian time, it was midnight to midday.
Yep.
So 5 days straight. So that night work, and it was tough. But the first day, I was like, midnight to midday, it's all right. The first day, no one knows, but he does this every year apparently. It actually went for 16 hours. Yeah. So it went from midnight all the way through to about 3 p.m., 4 p.m. the next day.
Oh, wow.
And no breaks.
Yep.
No lunch breaks, no nothing. Like if you wanted to go for a toilet break, you had to go. Anyway, one of the main things I took out of that 5 days was what's the reason that you're doing business and what's the reason behind business and do you have a passion about it? And Tony, for example, he's always had a passion for helping people. How important do you think these two companies that you've just told us about, Aftermath and Nightwork Nutrition, it's been important to you before you've actually started the company? 100%. So obviously the first one with your mate Brock, being a close mate and having his family, what happened to them being so close to him, that's a huge reason to do a company like that.
Yeah.
And then moving into Nightwork Nutrition, you've just stated there, fitness is a priority of yours. So first and foremost, you were doing night shift and thinking, right, well, what can I do to benefit my fitness? Seeing other people come in and how it affects them, but also your dad as well.
Yeah.
That's huge. How important do you think it is for business people or people wanting to start a business where they've got a reason behind it and not just because they want to make money or they want to do this?
It's so important. I think the best businesses are like it just comes from your passion and the purpose towards it. So I personally, I absolutely love what this does for myself.
Yep.
I have this all the time. I love how I feel in it. I love how much I've changed, how much more energy I've had. So I love that side of things, of what it does for me.
Definitely.
I love what it does for my father. And I love the reviews we get. I love what people say about it.
Huge.
I love how much this is helping people. And we're across Australia. We've just started tapping into the United States.
I saw that.
Yeah,
yeah.
So we're in every single state across Australia, even Tasmania. New Zealand, and we've just started getting a few odd orders to the US, which is incredible. But we get feedback, and I'll just say it, for example, we had a paramedic, and she was saying their night shift's quite busy.
Yes.
They will find themselves going through Macca's drive-through.
Yeah. And you see it all the time, cops,
easy,
paramedics,
yes.
All of them.
Easy. Now, I don't know about you, but when I have a really bad meal, I perform really bad. I get tired, I feel sluggish, my skin will go bad, I just don't have the energy. But when this paramedic, she goes, I went from doing drive-through and feeling at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'd get really tired, fatigued. I just wanted to go home.
Yeah.
She now has the shakes.
Yep.
So she compared herself to her co-worker where they'd go through the drive-through still, but she just put a bit of water in, couple of scoops, and she was on fire for the rest of the night. Co-worker, tired, sluggish. And so hearing that type of stuff, knowing that we have that impact on people is massive because I know it's not just work, it's now affecting their personal life. So I hear people saying relationships are getting better, more active with the kids, coming off night shift, and they feel like they can have a really good nap and then they can get up and then they can go again. So I really think that with business, you have to have a purpose more beyond money.
Definitely.
With us, we don't focus on the money side of things yet. Like, money's for the business is great because
Correct.
It's fuel for the
It's
fire.
essential.
It is. But it's a benefit. It's like that comes with it's a great result when things go really good. So if we sell a lot of packets, we help a lot of people, the money comes in, but we're also having a bigger effect on people.
100%.
Yeah.
And going back to what you said earlier, that it took you guys 18 months in pre-production before you actually launched, having that, I guess, personal relationship with why you started this, that would have to help with that pre-18 months. Yep. Because if you were just doing it for the money or doing it because, you want to start a business because you don't like working for someone, that would have been the hardest 18 months of your life to keep going. Yep. So tell us a little bit about that and tell us why it actually took 18 months to get into, production and how having an actual agenda behind, the Nightwork Nutrition and something so close to you helped you get through them 18 months.
Well, first, you've got to have patience with it because, like you said, you hear it all the time. People want to start a business because they don't want to work for someone.
Yep.
They want to work their own hours. And I can tell you now, when you start your own business, you will work more hours than you've ever worked for anyone else.
I've heard that so many times.
So many times.
We had an electrical company that started up in Singleton, 12 months ago, and he said, I actually told him to come work for me. I said, come work for me. He goes, Coop, I'm going to start my own business because I'm just sick of working long hours. And in my head, I'm going...
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, 100%.
And then I see him now and he's putting Snapchats up at 10 p.m. coming home from a job, and I'm like, that's what no one sees.
That's it. But that's the thing as well. If you love it so much, it's work. It's still going to be work, but you're going to love it so much that...
It's an addiction.
It's a different type of tide. Like, it's a different type of fulfillment you get as well. So it's an addiction. And... I think, like, with taking 18 months is because we're the first to do a meal replacement shake for shift workers. Mm-hmm. We had to make sure that the standard was set to a good bar. Like, we're in control of this type of market. So there's a lot of legislations. There's anything to do with food. There is so much behind the scenes stuff. You can't have certain things on your packaging. You can't say this will make you lose weight. You can't have that on the packaging, which it will. But you can't say that on the packet because people can have it while still eating cheeseburgers.
Is that only in Australia, them legislations?
That's Australian. Yep. So we're really strict over here, which is really good. So why we were doing all this, so it got all set up. We got all of it 100% Australian standard. This is all made in Australia too.
Is it? I was about to ask that.
All Australian made. Yep. So everything's from Australia. In the meantime, we looked at what we created, and it actually came out that we got a 5-star health rating for it as well. So
perfect.
That was just icing to the cake.
Yes.
So it's all those little things that you have to make sure, and to get, like, with the food scientists, that to make sure the certain how many, like, ingredients all leveled out perfectly, and we just there was a lot of setbacks in it, like a lot of setbacks in certain ingredients. Prices of ingredients went up.
Yep.
In the meantime, we self-funded this whole business.
So that was my next question. In them 18 months, I got two questions. What were the main hurdles you faced? And then after that, how much money do you reckon you put into this as a group before you launched the first one 18 months later? So
at the start, we originally thought $10,000 all up.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
Because you're not actually, at this point, you're not producing quantities.
No.
You're producing one recipe
yeah.
and marketing.
So that's what we thought. We thought we'll get the packets and then we'll find someone that can create an ingredient and we'll just put it in the bags.
Yep.
And then we'll make a website and then we'll start selling it.
Sounds simple.
Sounds like how you would think. But then you face, you got your legislations, you've got your trademarks, you've got your registering the business, you've got all the behind the scenes stuff, including then getting the business out there. So you got your ad spend and all this and all the meta stuff and all the things that you don't think of was sort of popping up. And in that 18 months, we had the packaging had to change. We designed this ourselves too. So
yes.
So what we'd do is Jim would get up on the computer, he would get up his app, and he would start doing like a basic layout. Then all three of us would have our own input. Like, let's change that, let's put that color there, and then we'd all have an input to it, and then it came together.
Yep. Really, really good
Yeah,
packaging too.
it's different. Like if you see that on a shelf, it's going to stand out.
100%.
It's going to stand out, and it's like how we've got the ultimate meal replacement shake for shift workers by shift workers.
Yes.
We're shift workers, and I think that's where the trust comes from our customers as well. We're not someone that's just gone, hey, shift workers would struggle, we should make something for them.
Definitely.
We know.
Correct.
So we had that. Also in the 18 months, we still work full-time in the mines. So we do 12.5-hour shifts. We've all got an hour travel to and from work, so time.
Plus a family. You've got 2 boys?
I've got 2 boys, a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old. So I know, but I love it because the other day, Coast, he's in daycare, and
Yes.
Harlan's at school. He's in year 1.
Coast is the 4-year-old?
Coast is the 4-year-old,
Yes.
Harlan's 7. So Coast was with me during the day, and we packed orders, dropped them off together, do a bit of work on the computer, and he just sits by me and watches, and it was such a special moment.
Yeah.
Because that's the stuff I want my kids to see.
Correct.
I absolutely love it. Like, it might seem boring as a 4-year-old, but
They'll get it.
He'll understand it one day.
Definitely.
And it was really good to see. And so we're facing challenges of work, families, like timing was hard.
Yeah.
But also we had to put 100% into this. So the best thing about being in business with other people as well, they're all on the same page, is we all shared the workload really well.
Mm-hmm.
So we've all got weaknesses and strengths. Like my weaknesses are Jim's strengths, and Jim's weaknesses are Lockie's strengths. Like we learn off each other. So what I'm good at, the boys will learn off that, and what I'm weak at, they'll take from it, and we'll grow from that. So I think having the 3 of us, we really, really shared the workload. Some of us, like Jim was like, he was staying up till midnight some nights.
Yeah,
just doing,
wow.
like a lot of research. He's a really smart numbers guy.
Rightio.
Really good at, like, that's my biggest weakness is
Yes.
the numbers. So
Yep.
he loves that type of stuff. So he was thriving in that space, which was really good. And we sort of came up with our own little positions. And I went into like chief of marketing because I loved the marketing side of things. Never really done it officially.
Yes.
But I loved the customer service.
And I had that here. So one thing that I've seen from the outside in, you have been, I would say, an ambassador for a lot of health and fitness companies as well.
Yep.
Since I met you 15 years ago. So, that's something that you've been exposed to over the past 15 years. Obviously being, trying to be in the fitness and health industry. So that would be a strength of yours. You've got experience in there. So
What made it different from that was being ambassadors for other brands was I loved what they did.
Yes.
And I loved the product. But when it becomes your own, you become really proud of something. And when you know it does what it does, I really wanted to put my face to it and be proud of it. And I think what I've learned from then to now is personal branding in a business is the biggest thing.
Definitely.
I think it's huge. I think personal branding it builds trust. It shows you're a real person, because these days AI's taken over.
Correct.
And there's a lot of businesses out there that are faceless.
100% there is.
And it's you've got to take a step back and go back to how business was done before, the old school way, like the letters in the letter box, and just reaching out to people and talking face to face, because the way things are going, face to face probably won't be a thing for much
Mate,
longer.
not at all. And one of the other things that I took out of my Tony Robbins week that I had with him is they were big on that as well. So they touched on AI, and we've done a full course on AI.
Yeah.
But he was huge on, for marketing, videos, and not videos of unrealistic things, videos of you, raw videos of you. And he said, mate, everyone's nervous of taking videos of themselves. I know when I first started, I was like, I saw other people doing it, and I was like, never will I do that. Like, you look like a waker. And then I was like, you know what? I have to grow. So I started, and he said the mistakes that you make in videos are actually what grabs your audience. He said, so make it raw. If you make a mistake, move on. And that's why a lot of people sitting here go, hey, if I fuck up, can we edit this out? And I'm like, we can, but I'm probably not going to. Like, it's
100%. I agree. Like, when I talk, I found that I get overexcited. And I then tend to stutter, which I've probably done already. But that's just because I'm excited. That's just who I am. And I remember the first time I sat in front of a camera and I was talking about the product, and I was stuttering, and I'm like, I just realised, I'm like, just talk. People just want to, we do it, we all have our own traits. We all do.
Correct.
We all do it. Like, it's not a bad thing. You just, I think in life, in business, you just be yourself. And then the good things will come. Like, people want to see, like you said, people want to see the raw things as well.
Correct.
It builds that trust. People can then relate to it. They can see the struggles. They can see it wasn't all easy just to get there, which social media, in a way, you have to promote that things are
definitely
going good as well. But we'll throw up the odd story when something goes a bit pear-shaped.
Yep.
Like, for example, we run a subscription-based in our business as well. So if you subscribe, you actually get a discount, and it's a set and forget. So you pay your money, come out direct debit, and you get your shake fortnightly, monthly, whatever you want. So it's a subscription. So those people rely on that.
Yeah.
And we were doing a lot of business. It was going so good, and then we were packing orders, and we're like, "Oh, can you grab another box of chocolate?" And Lockie's looking around, we're going, "Where's the chocolate?" We go, "No, there's got to be chocolate. There's a lot of chocolate orders here," and we sold out in chocolate. So that was our first batch we sold out of. So it was like the best time knowing that we just sold out our first flavour.
Yes.
But we're also like,
shit.
Yep. There's a 3-week turnaround. There's a lot of people that rely on this every week. We are so lucky with the customers we have. It goes back to the trust, where we could just reach out to them personally, send an email to every single one that subscribed with us or anyone that signed up to our email list. And we can actually say to them, "Hey guys, we're sold out on chocolate. There's these other 2 flavours." But they're so like, "Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry about it this week." Or, "Yep, I'll try the vanilla. I'll have the strawberry." But just having that human
definitely
conversation and explaining to them what happened. It snuck up on us. We're so sorry. Things are that good. This has happened.
For sure.
And they were like, we had one person say, like, "Congratulations, that's awesome. Yep, no dramas, throw me a strawberry." And it was just like, it's good having that with your customers.
Definitely.
It
and
really
you wouldn't
is.
have that if you didn't have that personal connection,
No,
as you said. Like if you just had to send an automated email out from, an average Joe Blow saying, out of stock.
Yep.
They would have been like, "Well, I'm going to go to this company or that company." But because, again, I can already see what you would have done. Reached out, signature at the bottom saying, "This is me, blah, blah, blah. Very sorry. What can we do to help?"
Yep.
And, throwing a few different options in there, as you said.
100%. You have to do it. You have to.
Definitely.
Like, when you want to build a community, and the thing is, we relate to shift workers, and when we first started, we thought shift workers, like, because we were mining, we were just thinking about miners.
Correct.
And then you start getting, like, police officers.
Yep.
Fire brigade. And then we had midwives. And we're having all these different people reach out telling us what they do, security guards. And we're like, there are a lot of shift workers.
100% there is.
A lot.
100%.
So and then when Jim was doing the research on the shift work industry, it was like 2.2 million people in Australia alone just do night work.
And what's the population? 23 million, isn't it?
So there's a big number.
Wow.
A big number of working during the night and sleeping during the day. So
that is crazy.
There's a lot of people, man. There's a lot. So it's really good to see that we can help that many type of people. And it's like when we first launched, we just done it at our work. "Hey guys, I've got this product if you want to try it," and everyone jumped on board. Those people still buy it to this day. Which
where are you at? HVO?
Bulga open cut. Yeah. Yep. So I was. I'll go back to when I first started mining, and it was actually in a underground coal mine.
I even remember. Sorry to cut in. I even remember when you first started mining, the passion that you had for mining. And I've grown up in Singleton, so I've grown up in a mining town. Dad's always been a miner, and I always look at coal miners and I'm like, you are miserable people. Like they come home and they're miserable, and you're like, they just come home and want to kick the dog and go to bed. Yeah. And like you're looking at you and a couple of your mates mining, I'm like, these guys just throw off everything they do.
I don't know if it's just me, but I look at the leadership side of mining, and I just see the big project, and I absolutely love the culture.
Yeah.
I love what we do. So when I first started, I was like underground, but I was surface, and that I didn't know at the time, but I was a labourer. I went for a labourer's job at an underground coal mine. I got it, and they said, "Okay, what you're doing today is you're going to be cleaning out this big bin where they bring out the rubbish from underground, put the metal there, rubbish there, and all this." And I'm like, "Okay." After that, you clean the bathhouse, hose the showers down, clean the toilets, clean the locker room. And I'm like, "Okay." But if this is a foot in the door, this is the foot in the door.
Definitely.
But I made sure those toilets were squeaky clean, and that bin was the cleanest bin at there.
And mate, not many people would do that. Most people would go, "I'm just going to go get on Centrelink or go work at Big W or something like that."
You've got to put the arrogancy aside and just whatever you do, give it a crack. Yep. And that's what I learned. And that's what I've had from day one. And my dad, I got my work ethic from my parents, especially my dad. So in my trade, I worked alongside of him. And he's just been a go-getter forever. He's the hardest. Like, he's in his 60s now, and he's still doing night shift.
Yep.
Like, post-cancer, he just does not stop.
Crazy.
It is, and he is. And
I'm assuming he wouldn't actually have to either.
Nope.
Yeah.
He just loves it.
Yep.
And like some people, why don't you retire? And he just loves working.
That's
and
good.
I can understand that.
You need that.
You do. And I can see it. I love working. So working alongside him, whether it's in the blood or if I've just mimicked what he's done,
Yeah.
I learnt how to work hard from him and just to put the bullshit aside and
Definitely.
just give anything a crack, no matter what it is. And so I done a little bit of time at the underground, worked on surface, then started sort of working my way up and then got into the logistics side of things there. And then I went into a traineeship at Bulk Open Cut and done my traineeship there driving a haul truck. And then it sort of scaled from there. I guess attitude was the main thing.
Definitely.
Put in 100% in every single thing I'd done there, and I got a full-time position, and now I operate one of the biggest diggers on their site, and a bulldozer operator and a trainer and assessor, and it's just all to
And still loving it.
love it. And that's what my bosses see. Like, they see this all over the internet. They see everyone drinking it like,
Yep.
when are you leaving? I don't know. I love being
sure.
being here, and I've learned how to balance things.
Yep.
I think that's the biggest takeaway thing as well. Like, it can be stressful. Business is going to be hard. It's going to have its ups and downs. There's been moments there where I've broke down. I've cried. I've been hurt. We've all felt the same. It's been too much. But then you realise why you do this.
Yep.
And then you remember that this is the journey, and every single thing that I've done in my life, I didn't know it at the time, but it was meant to lead me to where I am right now.
100%. And one thing that you touched on before we started the podcast there was manifesting. Now, I've touched on this before. Me being so naive, back when I first started my business, when I heard people say manifesting, I'm like, you're a hippie, you're off with the fairies, blah, blah. And then I've already said this before on here, so people listening would already know, but I ended up reading that the book The Secret, that Conor McGregor and Kobe Bryant read, and that is a lot on manifesting. And manifesting is basically just about attitude and you believing in something that's going to happen, and then it comes true. And you were saying before you got here that the last couple of months, things that you've been wanting to happen, which is manifesting, they've been happening. Yep. And I think you said 2 days before I messaged you and said you want to come on the podcast, you were like, I need to get on a podcast.
Yep.
I need to get on a podcast.
Yep.
And then I messaged you. And then when you saw me put the post up, you're like, I've seen this happen somewhere. And you said previously attitude's a big thing. Attitude is manifesting. How important do you think that is? Having that mindset that no matter what, I'm not going to break, and you just got to keep moving on.
100%.
Yep.
It's so right. And like we changed our mindset, all three of us in this business, is we never said hopefully, I hope we get this, I hope we can do that. The moment we realised that we're in charge, it's up to us. Like we're business owners, we make the decisions of what happens. So we started saying, instead of hopefully, like, this is going to happen. So the next big thing for us is like shelves, like getting in supplement stores. And it's like, we're going to be in a supplement store. We're going to be on shelves. And whoever gets us in on shelves first will be the first ever people to have the meal replacement shake on their shelves, which is huge. But it's meant, like, manifesting, it's such a... I never knew what it was. I just did it in a way. Like, I just say, like, I just close my eyes and just see how I want my life to turn out. And then it would happen. But then I'd realise all these little ups and downs I had were for a reason. Like, I've always learnt a huge, huge lesson from whatever happened in my life to get me to where I am now. And it's like, for example, like talking in front of a camera I was never good at.
Yeah, that's hard.
It is. But what I'm getting is, like, being uncomfortable is where growth comes from.
Definitely.
And I hear it all the time, but until you start getting like really uncomfortable, you'll start to realise that. And like speaking up in crowds at work, like talking in front of, like in a muster, like in front of like a lot of people, just being vocal, it scares the shit out of me.
You just got to do it.
But you got to do it. And I get like serious nerves, like butterflies, but then you realise these butterflies are a good sign because something good's about to happen.
Correct.
You're about to get nervous, and when you get nervous, something good's going to come from it at the end. And you build confidence, and from someone that, like, I'd always say, like, I had confidence, but this type of confidence is different. This is like, you know what's right, you stand up for what's right, you believe in what you say, and you do what you want to do. And,
definitely.
I've learned a lot.
Mate, and it's even as little as just changing your words, as you said. So for example, as you can see, I've got my Singleton Greyhounds jersey on. We're in the grand final this weekend on Sunday. So I've been wearing this, and I've never been in a senior grand final before. So I'm stoked. I'm excited. Now, it plays differently on people. So I'm walking around going, we're going to win this weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to win this weekend. And like someone said something to me the other day. I said, I wanted to buy a premiership ring.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, wait till we're finished. I said, why? And they're like, well don't get too cocky. And I'm like, I'm not cocky. I just can't see a stage where we're losing. And you know, that's with everything. Like in business, I've got goals set for the next, 12 months and the next 18 months. And not once have I thought, what am I going to do if this doesn't happen? What's my plan B? Not even thinking about it. I'm like, this is my goal. We'll hit it and then we'll
That's it.
go again for another goal next year.
Yeah.
You've just got to get them little doubts out of your mind. And you're always going to have failures. You're not going to hit your goals all the time. But don't think about that.
No.
When the time comes and you have failed, so for example, again, this is probably the first time I've said this, but if we lose on the weekend, I'll deal with it then.
Yeah.
And I'll get back up and we'll go again next year. But I don't plan on that happening.
And it's your mindset too. You never look at things like you're not a failure isn't a complete failure. It's just a lesson. Like
100%.
As soon as you change your mindset, that if you think failure is like you can't go again, like the only way you fail is if you stop.
Correct.
That's failing. But if you just get up and keep going, you're gonna win.
As I said to the young boys that are playing in our team on Sunday, and again, this is a little bit off business, but it's the same mindset. So we've got about 4 18-year-olds playing in our team on the weekend, and no doubt they're feeling the pressure, they're feeling the stress. And I said to them, it's just a game of footy.
Yeah.
If we lose, guess what's going to happen? We're going to go back to the pub, we're going to get pissed, and we're going to see our families the next day, and we're going to move the fuck on.
That's exactly
it does
right.
not matter.
That's it.
You just got to take that out of it.
Go again. And my wife now, she has owned a business for 20 years now. She owns a dance school, EOD, and we just went to America to compete for Worlds.
Saw that as well.
Came first.
Yep.
So I was a part of the whole, not every training session, but over there we ran a camp for the girls before they competed. It's for cheerleading.
Yes.
So we ran a camp. So we all had this big house. Everyone was in there, but it was camp mode. It was no distractions, tunnel vision. And these girls are super young, like all different ages, from really, really young to 19, 20 years old. And every night before they'd go to sleep, they'd have their protein meal, they'd lay on the floor, and then they would vision winning. And what my wife Alyssa done, she created an AI-generated announcement, and it was saying EOD first, they won Worlds, they won the Worlds thing, and they'd listen to that every single night, where it became like, this is what's happening, this is part of the plan now. So everything we do, this is going to be the outcome. They were training hard, they were doing everything you need to do to win. Training, focus, eating right, the nutrition was just down to a T, but manifesting what they wanted the outcome to be.
That's crazy.
So when they competed...
And how old are some of these participants?
Like young as 10, 15, like there's
That's
all
awesome.
Different ages. So they all, it's an open group up to 20 years old. But these young girls are now in that mindset, and that's what she creates in this business, is it's leadership training for these young girls. They competed and they won. They came first. When they heard that announcement...
I saw the video. Yep. I saw the video.
They've been there. They lived that moment every night in their head for 2 weeks.
Yep.
They've been there. So once the adrenaline worn off, and after we got back to the room, we got back to where we were staying, and all the girls were like, it was so weird because we've lived that moment 15 times now.
Yeah, we weren't as excited as we thought we were going to be because it was what's happening. There was no different.
You take that away, that if you vision it that hard,
Yep.
it's going to happen.
Yep.
You can't not.
Yep.
So,
and just touching on your partner or your wife now.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's got a business as well.
Yep.
And how important do you think that influence is? So obviously, you're doing your thing, she's doing her thing, but you're both, and even like she's not just running a dance studio. As you just said there, like it sounds to me like her passion for that is teaching these young girls as young as 10 how to have that, mindset, the attitude, the manifestation, and the leadership.
Yeah.
Like she's a role model for them. Like how important is it to have a spouse, a wife, a partner that is like that?
I can't even put into words how grateful I am, and that's where. So when we first got together, I never had night work nutrition, obviously, and it was just like I'd always watch her in the office work. She's a problem solver.
Yeah,
always solving problems. She's always planning, and I'd always witness it, and I was like, I was so inspired by her work ethic as well, and I just loved how she got things done. I loved going in the office and just seeing her work away and just face these challenges, and I just was so inspired by her, and it was almost like she gave me the key.
Yep.
So I've always had it in me, but she just was the one like, if you want to do it, go do it.
100%. And that's, I listened to an interview on Ray Dalio the other day, multi-billionaire, and he got asked, he's owned millions of companies. I think he's like 80-something years old, maybe 70. And he got asked, what's the most important thing in business or most important thing to be successful? And he said, your spouse, 100%. And it doesn't need to be, like, for example, my fiancée Paige, she's not into business at all. But it's that when I first got with her, I was working for a company, and when I said that I was going to start my own business, I went home and told mum and dad I'm going to start my own business. And mum listens to this, and I've mentioned this before, and she's like, oh, why'd you have to say that on air? But she looked at me like, you are 18 years old. Yeah. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah. But then I went to Paige, and I don't even know if we were actually fully seeing each other at that stage. Like, and I said to her, this is what I'm going to do. And she's like, fuck yeah.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then like, let's just say 3 months later, I'd get to a point where I'm like, right, this is tough. Do I really want to do it? And she'd turn around and say, well, you wanted to do it 3 months ago, so it's tough. Like, pick yourself up and move on. Yeah. And it's just them little things there that they, no matter what, they know what you want to do.
Yep.
And they can see things that you can't see in yourself. And so just the little things, like if I was to come home and say, oh, I'm tired, and she's just to say, stop being a pussy. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, like that's right. Let's go.
100%. I definitely can relate to that. And you need that bluntness as well.
Definitely.
In a relationship. And that's what, like, my wife's inspired me so much with how she does things, but she keeps me motivated as well. Like, if she sees me starting to taper off a little bit, you got work to do.
Definitely.
And I need that. And she says it in such a way where it's like, I could do a bit of work, and it's not like the whole, I'm so proud of you, this is blah, blah, blah.
Correct.
It's picking
because that shits me.
It does.
Because when they're sitting there and they're saying them little things, you're like, are you belittling me?
Exactly.
Like, this isn't real.
Yep. She picks me up when I'm down, and you need that in your corner.
Correct.
Everything. And the best thing I learned from that is because my partner, she's only ever done business, was when we first got together, I never fully understood the business world. So I took offence to it where she was grinding like just massive hours from the moment she woke up to the moment she would go to bed. I'm like, well, am I boring? Like, do you want me to go? And that now I'm in that world, and we can now, how our office is set up, she's got her side and I've got my side, and that's our date. Like, we can go in that room and we'll turn around like a little high five or a little, you still there? Yep. And that's just, but being present is like
definitely
more than enough. And we can sort of lean on each other for advice, and any type of like challenge we face in each business, we help each other out in. And it's, I honestly, I think it's the best. If you've got a partner that believes in you so much, you're invincible.
100%. And like, not telling anyone relationship advice, because I definitely shouldn't be doing that. But if you're sitting there and you know, you're second guessing yourself because she's second guessing you, move on.
Exactly.
Move on as quickly as you can.
That's it.
It's that simple.
100%, man. I totally agree with that.
And just touching on people a little bit more, in business, it's a lot of people say you can't have business partners. And then a lot of people also say you can't hire or work with your mates. I don't believe that. I've always hired mates. And every single time I've hired a mate, someone, whether it be family, other friends, or other businessmen, are like, that's a terrible idea. It's always worked out. Even recently, I had one of my best mates that worked for me, and we had to part ways. And still talk to him now. And it was an honest conversation. He wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. Turns out we both weren't happy, which is why it wasn't working. Have that conversation, you move on. I believe that mates are the perfect people to get into business with because there's no one else that cares as much as someone who cares for you. How have you handled getting into business twice with mates? And what's your thoughts on that?
So I heard the thing, like the exact words you said, never go into business with your mates. And we're like, why not? These are my best mates. Like, we do everything together. Why not? I understand why people do say that, but you got to be open and honest. And that's, if you're in a true friendship with someone, you should be able to like open up and talk about anything without hesitation. So first business with Jai Brook, we had like the boys would call me out on things that I was doing wrong, whether it be on social media or anything like that, where I was making decisions that weren't what I shouldn't have been agreeing on, and they'd call me out. and it was great, and that's what I needed. So it's good. Like, you just be honest, you be open with your mates, and you know how to talk to each other, which is great. And with Nightwork Nutrition, with Jim and Locke, we know how to go friend hat, business hat.
Yeah.
We're open and honest. We don't take anything to heart. If we make a decision that we all don't agree on, then it's a team decision. So it's almost like we made up that if two don't agree but one does, we go with the two, or we work a way to make it work. So I think it's just being honest and open with your mates. That's all it is.
Definitely. And there's no better people to do it with, because if you succeed, they succeed. And there's nothing better than seeing people that you care about succeed.
That's right.
And if they don't, you're there right with them as well.
I was having this conversation with Lockie last night. We're packing orders last night, and I said, oh, no, like, it's going to be so good. I'm going on the podcast, but I wish you were there. And he's like, no, you're there. Nightwork Nutrition's there. Nightwork Nutrition is me.
100%.
Jim, like, we're all one here.
Definitely.
And I was like, it's so good that you can understand that. And it was like,
and shout out to them boys too.
Yeah.
Like what we're speaking about here, as you said, these boys have contributed to 100% as well. It's a team effort.
Yeah.
And I'm only getting you on here because I know you.
Yeah.
And we probably don't have a room for another two big boppers in here.
I said, no, I'll definitely take one for the team boys. But that's the thing. Like, I love them boys so much. I love how much they're driven. And like you said, we've said that comment before. Your success is my success. So everyone just works hard.
Yeah.
And the best thing is when someone's having an off day or we've got a heap of work, like Lockie just got promoted. He's near a superintendent at the mine, so his workload's gone through the roof. So we're like, it's all good. Mm-hmm. We've got this covered. Like, we know how to balance each other's lives out. And
definitely.
Jim will take on a huge workload when I'm got heaps on, it could be with dance or the kids or whatever. We all understand we've got personal lives as well. And that, I think, teamwork is a huge, huge factor.
And that's a benefit with also going into business with your friends is, let's just say me and you went into business and we're not as close as what you'd be close with like, we're mates, but not close mates. I don't know what's happening in your personal life. You don't know what's happening in my personal life. Your close mates do.
Yeah.
So if they know that something might have happened, like the kids might have been sick yesterday or whatever, they know that. Yeah. So they'll be like, right, I'm going to come in and I might work at 80% today. Jai's going to work at 20%. Yeah. But if you didn't know that, and let's just say I'm at work and one of my office ladies comes in and she's doing 20% effort, I'm sitting there going like, the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
100%, man.
Again, I think there's so many benefits with working with people that you're mates with or family, and there would be some disadvantages, like tough conversations that have got to be had, which may mean for 48 hours you aren't going to talk to each other, but the advantages definitely outweigh the disadvantages every day of the week.
So right. And like, I think if I want to do good in life, I want everyone around me to do good as well.
Yep.
I think if you want to start a business and you're and ahhing about starting with your friends, do it.
100%.
Do it. Just be upfront at the start. Get off your chest what you need to get off your chest at the start. Tell them your weaknesses and just be honest from the get-go.
Yeah.
And then it's set from the start.
Definitely. Now, back into the business side of things and Nightwork Nutrition, you said before that you went for a sample with the boys in that 18 months before you started production, and on the way home you were like, this is good. When did you guys actually know? So even like the first day you started and the first shipment you sent out, you wouldn't have been at the front of your mind, but in the back of your mind there would have been something sitting there going, is this going to work? When did you guys know a particular time that it was like, this is it. This is what we're doing. This is going to take off, and there's no backward step from here? Was there a point in time that...
Yeah, I think... Well, there's been a couple. There's been a couple of times there. Me personally was when I looked at my dad and I noticed his skin was a lot clearer, a lot tighter.
Yep.
And he was more alert. And I said to him, like, what's going on? And so he actually, his doctor at the cancer hospital actually said they've done a full research on this product, and my dad has it for breakfast, lunch and dinner. So he lives on this. That's all he has is this. And he's been on that consistently since we've launched.
That's awesome.
Every single day. He's like our top buyer. It's great.
Has he given you a review yet on socials?
No, not yet. Mum's gave me one, which is good. But Dad's old school. He'll just come up and go, yeah, I did. I told you to your face. And it's like,
no. We need the stars, Dad. We need the stars.
Stars are the best
Correct.
for a business. And so that moment there, and he said he just was so happy. I could see the emotion in his face that I remember going out for lunch with my dad, and we all got steaks and stuff like that. And Dad was eating his steak, and he was choking, and he was coughing, and you could just see this grown man is embarrassed and he's hurt, and it shattered me. And it was like, imagine having something so basic taken away from you that you can't eat a solid meal. That's something we take for granted every day. We do it every day. We chew, we use our mouth, and having that taken away was massive. So, seeing Dad just say to my face what this has done for him. That was the moment I've gone, not only have I created a product that's going to solve a lot of problems, but it's also helped my dad's life.
Yep.
Like, that was my personal thing.
That's awesome.
Massive, absolutely massive for me. And seeing that moment, that's what's just put this fire in me. I just want, okay, my dad's not the only bloke out there that's had this problem.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be millions of people out in the world that have got this. Like, there is something out there for these people that can't eat solid food and can live off it. Like,
100%.
That's for me. And like with the business side of things, it was like we get these orders from like every single state, but then you get these orders in like rural towns where you look on the map and you're like, there's like 6 houses, there's 6 properties. Like, how do you know about us?
Yeah.
Like,
don't even have internet out there.
It's just mind blowing. It's like, are people that like having this product and going, hey, I've just had this. This is what it's done for me. You've got to try it.
Yep.
Like, that was the moment where we start seeing it pop up over in Australia, and then once again in California, an order came in. We're like, okay, this is getting serious. We lost money because it cost us like $80
I was about to say that.
It was like $86 to post it there for a $50 shake. So we're like, but that one person in America is going to go, oh, this is nice.
Correct.
You should try this. So at that moment, once you start going international, that was another moment where we're like,
yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, we've got something here.
That's huge.
And it just comes down to the reviews and how, like, going back to building the trust with our customers, people like reaching out to us and sending that email. No matter what we're doing, between the three of us, we will stop if our customer emails us to respond to them straight away.
Yeah, perfect.
Like, we are so on the ball with that because they're reaching out to us personally. The least we can do is give them our time of day. So
definitely,
we've had people just like reach out, like with the paramedic, and just like certain shift workers have reached out and said what it's doing for them. Like police officers, just having like police officers reach out and say, you know, they've gone from the Macca's to now this, and they're losing weight, and people are saying how like their skin's getting tighter, it's glowing, they're feeling more energized, and it's like just hearing that, it just gives you that.
Yeah,
it really humbles you. It
definitely.
Does, yeah.
Now, question that I have just thought of. So obviously, you market this, and we've been speaking about this mainly as for a night work supplement. I don't do night shift, so I get up about 4 o'clock, and I go to bed about 9 o'clock. What can this supplement do for me that doesn't do night shift, and when would I have it?
That's, you know what, we get asked that all the time because so many people that don't do shift work see it and they go, oh, does that mean we can't have it? And I'm like, no, this is designed to market for shift workers because shift workers...
That's your audience. That's your target audience.
That's who we target. For your person that's just working your normal 9 to 5 or whatever hours it may be, we say to them, this meal can be replaced with any meal you want. Whatever you want to replace it with, you can have it. If you want to lose weight, you replace a bad meal. If you want to put on weight, have it in between meals.
Have it as a snack.
And that's it. If you're in the afternoon and you feel like you get that 2 o'clock slump where you're just starting to wind down a little bit, you have your shake. It's giving you the fuel. You're going to be amped up for the rest of the afternoon. People replace their breakfast with it. So people wake up and go, I can't eat breakfast in the morning. Yep. Okay, make your shake, have it on the way to work. You've just bought yourself a sleep in, and you're going to feel so good when you get to work.
Yeah.
And it's like, it solves a lot of problems. And we've had people go, oh, I add 2 scoops into my coffee. I add 2 scoops into my oats. I add 2 scoops to my smoothie. And it's like, people are getting creative with it, and it's exactly what we wanted. So this, anyone can have this. You're going to get benefits from it regardless. And people are losing a lot of weight from it. They want to lose weight. They want to lose the midsection. And that's the thing with ours. When we didn't use it, like we didn't fill it up with the fillers.
Yes.
That's what gives you the bloatedness. We've actually got ingredients in there to help with gut.
And I just looked at that, like I was just having a look before. Like there's so many vitamins and minerals in there, and bugger all sugars, bugger all fats, and your proteins and carbs are pretty much smack bang on for. To be honest, they're nearly the same as even your little muscle meals that you have, but Them muscle meals they're frozen. They've got preservatives in them. They've got none of that beneficial stuff. This is hitting the exact same macros in terms of your carbs, your proteins, your energy as you need. But I mean, I don't even know. There's probably 16 or 20 different vitamins or minerals on the bottom of this. So
and that's what makes
and even
you
your caffeine as well.
It's all natural too. Like the guarana in there, we've got the collagen, riboflavin. Like there's so many ingredients in there that once you mix them together, it is a game. It really is a game changer. And since having this, like me personally at work, like my night shift, I'll have 2 of these every single shift. And my weakness at work is from 4 a.m. till we finish at 7:30 in the morning.
Hardest part.
My appetite goes weird. Like I'm hungry, but I can't eat. So at my second crib break at 4 a.m., I'll have one of these with milk, a bit more filling on the stomach as well. And that will get me through till I get home. And then I just feel...
Plus you got the drive home too. That's the hardest part for most people.
And I drive into the sun. So the fatigue hits hard. So this is like my saviour in a way. Like I drive home knowing that I feel full, I feel good, and I'm still going to get home. And after that, 5-hour break after having it, I know I'm going to have a good sleep. And that's why we got the sleep mask as well.
I just saw that. Yeah.
So that's like another thing that we just look at fuel for night work and then sleep is another thing. So it's like the grind and unwind, and that's sort of like a bundle we're working on at the moment.
That feels comfy too.
Man, we put all the good things off other eye masks and took like a lot of inspiration from other ones. And it actually, like the foam around your eyes, like...
And it blocks everything out too.
Yeah. But
Holy shit.
It will relax you. So the foam like relaxes you on your forehead. You can like your eyelashes...
I literally can't see a thing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you can adjust it. Like it's just what we need, because sleeping in the day, man, is the toughest thing.
I bet it is.
Like you have the tiniest little light between your blind and it throws everything out.
Yeah.
Like it's just, we're not meant to sleep in the day.
No, not at all.
It's not meant to happen. But if we can put the things in place to help, it's going to make a difference.
Mate, we're getting towards the end. What's next for Nightwork Nutrition?
So we're going to be on shelves.
Yeah.
We're going to be in supplement stores. Hopefully we can get there sooner rather than later. Mm-hmm. We're going to...
So what do you do now? It's just online orders?
We're e-commerce. Everything's online. We pack and post everything ourselves. We get everything delivered to our house, and then we run it from our little office, our home office. Next thing is get on shelves, and the big thing is we want every single shift worker to have Night Revive as an essential part of their crew bag.
Definitely. Can you imagine how many, not just that person's life you will change, but their like as I said, most shift workers come home, and if they've got a family, they're getting up. And I know, like, when Dad was in the middle of his shift, you'd get up and you'd be like, rightio. Like he would try his hardest, but fuck me, it takes a toll on you.
It does. So that's the thing, we're going to help like a lot of families. The people that helps the most are the bosses.
Yep.
Our boss loves it because he can see the workforce.
Yes.
We can see it.
Yep.
But they can see it.
A bit of money on the side for a bit of efficiency there. Yeah. Productivity's gone up out at Bulga.
It has. Like, it's like, we hear from most people that 4 a.m. on a second crib break at night work is sleep time. Like you have your 40-minute nap. People are like, we went to the crib hut and everyone's like sitting there. I was like, walked in there, all having the shakes. I'm like, this is insane. They all sort of like, this is it now. So
that's crazy.
It's great. So that's the next big thing. Shelves, supplement stores. We want every single supplement store.
Perfect.
Yep.
And more of a personal question, what's next for you? Do you have an exit strategy for you personally? Do you have a long-term goal for yourself? What's next for you?
Me personally, I find it's funny how I operate. Like, I don't look too far ahead. I never look at the end plan. There is no end plan for me.
Yeah.
I just want to do better every day.
What's right here and now?
Here and now. I just want to put my energy into everything that's happening today, and then I'll always be set up for tomorrow.
For sure.
But I just want to be 1% better every single day. So
perfect.
I want to grow this. I want to grow my personal brand, and I want to be successful in my marriage.
Everything.
In my career.
Dad.
Being a dad. I want to be just the best possible version I can possibly be before my time's up. Yeah,
that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. Mate, few personal questions before we, not personal questions, they're just questions about yourself before we get out of here. what's your number one daily routine? So what's something you do every single day without a doubt? It's a habit for you and it must be done.
Cold shower.
Cold shower.
Cold shower.
That sucks.
Cold shower. And you know what? It's better in winter because it's even colder.
Man, I've tried that. So I tried that at the start of this year. Yeah, I said to myself, right, I'm going to have when ice baths were big, I'm going to have an ice bath a day. I got to the 26th day in January, I got tonsillitis and I said, fuck this. I'm never doing it again.
It's tough. It's tough. And that's why it's good as well. But
do you do it for the body side of things or the mindset?
Both.
Yep.
Both. I always will start off with like a warm shower, wash myself, but then it's always the last couple of minutes, freezing cold shower. Because I know it's an easy way. There's two things, the cold shower and make the bed. Make the bed sets up the day.
The book I'm reading at the moment is I forget the name of it. It's the best way to success is make your bed every day.
It is.
It's only a small book and I'm reading it and it's about a soldier who went out to training and they're big on that in the Army and the Navy and all that. And that's one thing I do now. I get up and I go down, Paige is still asleep. I go down, I do my work. I go to the gym and then I come home, have a shower and about 8 o'clock, I make that bed and I make it good. I make it tight.
My wife sometimes would be like, I've made the bed while she's still asleep. Like I've just not
just your side and tucked it right.
Pillows up nice, but it's just, I know if the bed's not made, it sets the tone for the day. So if it's messy, the day's probably going to be messy.
And it sets the tone for the end of the day too. Like business isn't all sunshine and rainbows. You can come home and have an absolute prick of a day and there's nothing better than having a mongrel day. You get in the shower, you get out, and as soon as you get in the bed, you're like, I made this fucker this morning and this is, I get in the bed, you sink in, you're like, right, reset.
100%.
Perfect.
100%.
What's your favourite movie?
Oh, I don't really watch movies, to be honest, but I did go to the movies with my wife a few weeks ago to watch the F1 movie.
Haven't seen that.
Dude, driving home was hard.
Really?
Trying to just drive, like I just wanted to go fast. But yeah, that's
gold. What's the best advice you've ever heard from someone?
Have a crack.
Yeah.
Just have a crack. I remember one of my OCEs said to us in a GCOM that just have a crack, and it sat with me forever.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, if you're in the gym, if in anywhere you go, just have a crack. And once I realised that if you just have a go, just show up, just put a little bit of effort in, you'll get something from it.
Yep.
You'll learn and grow from it. So just
perfect.
Whatever you got your mind on, whatever you want to do, just have a crack at it.
Last question, and we've changed this a little bit. It's been our question for every episode so far, but I've changed it. And the question is, if you right now could go back in time and speak to your 16-year-old self, what would be the best advice you would give? And like, there's so many that pop into your head, but what's the number one thing you're telling him?
I'm going to say, you don't know this yet, but you're going to be very, very happy.
Yeah.
You're going to be one of the happiest people you'll ever meet.
That's awesome.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
You will get there.
Yeah. That's perfect. That's good. For everyone at home, we will. I normally do a little bit of a horse racing segment as well. We've got some gambling addicts on the podcast that listen in. But I'm going to throw that up mid segment. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. So you have to watch me podcast if you want to see them results. So we'll throw them up. But thanks heaps for coming, mate. Really appreciate it. And good seeing you again.
Thanks so much, man.
And we might get you on in a couple of months and see how you're going.
Let's do it.
I'm sure you'll probably be on shelves by then.
Yes, we will be.
America won't be so expensive to ship it over there.
I know. No, thank you so much, man. Appreciate
awesome.
it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.